You got the job. You got the relationship. You hit the number in your bank account you swore would fix everything. And somehow, it still wasn't enough. Here's a question that's going to sound strange at first. What if that feeling has nothing to do with you? What if you're living inside the aftermath of a philosophical event that happened over 100 years ago, and nobody ever told you? Think about the last thing you really wanted. You didn't just want it a little, you built a story around it. Once I have this, I'll feel settled. And then you got it, and the settled feeling lasted. What, a few days, a few hours, then the mind was already onto the next target. This isn't just you being ungrateful, and it isn't just the hedonic treadmill. That's a description, not an explanation. It tells you what happens. It doesn't tell you why the treadmill exists in the first place. To actually understand why enough keeps moving, we have to go back to a diagnosis made in the 19th century by a philosopher who saw this coming before almost anyone else, Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche made a famous statement that gets quoted constantly and understood correctly almost never. God is dead. People hear that as a comment about religion. It isn't really. It's a comment about structure. For most of human history, societies had something at the very top of their value system: God, the cosmos, fate, a fixed moral order that did one specific job. It told people what mattered more than what permanently. It gave the hierarchy of value a fixed point at the top, so everything underneath could be measured against it. Nietzsche's claim was that this fixed point had quietly collapsed in the modern world, not through one event, but through centuries of science, reason, and skepticism slowly dissolving it. And once that top point is gone, something strange happens to everything underneath it. It doesn't just lose its highest value, it loses the ability to be ranked at all. This is where most people get nihilism wrong. It's not believing nothing matters, as some edgy teenage pose. Nietzsche used the word far more precisely. Nihilism, in his sense, is what happens when the highest values devalue themselves. When there's no longer a fixed top of the hierarchy, nothing underneath can be securely called more important than anything else, not permanently, not objectively. So the career, the relationship, the money, the achievement, they don't fail because they're bad things. They fail because there's no stable ranking system left that can hold them in place as enough. Enough isn't a feeling you're missing. It's a structure you're missing, a fixed reference point that used to make some things weigh more than others. Without that structure, everything tends to flatten out to roughly the same weight. And when everything weighs about the same, the only lever left to pull is more. More scrolling, more buying, more achieving, more followers, more matches, more milestones. Not because you're shallow, because when quality of meaning can't be secured, quantity is the only substitute left available to you. You chase more precisely because you can no longer trust that anything is more important. That's why nothing feels enough anymore. You're not broken. You're accurately perceiving a value system with no fixed point at the top. Here's the part almost nobody covers, and it's the part that matters most. Nietzsche didn't just diagnose this and walk away. He described two very different ways a person can respond to it. The first he called passive nihilism, the collapse without the response. This looks like numbness, endless distraction, cynicism, or quietly giving up on the idea that anything could ever matter again. It's not despair in a dramatic sense. It's usually much quieter than that. It's the slow settling into nothing really matters, so why try to rank anything at all? The second he called active nihilism, and this is the harder, less comfortable option. It means fully accepting that the old fixed point is gone and taking on the responsibility of building a value hierarchy yourself, rather than waiting for the universe to hand you one that feels permanent. Notice what active nihilism is not. It's not a 5-step morning routine. It's not find your passion. Nietzsche wasn't in the business of self-help slogans, and neither is this video. It's a much heavier claim, that ranking what matters to you is now your task, done with full awareness that no cosmic authority is going to confirm you got it right. So the next time something you worked hard for doesn't feel like enough, that's not proof that you chose the wrong job, the wrong relationship, or the wrong goal. It's evidence that you're living, accurately, inside a value system with no fixed top. The question was never, what will finally be enough? The real question Nietzsche leaves you with is quieter and harder. Now that nothing is ranked for you, what are you going to rank for yourself? If this reframed something for you, subscribe.